Alright guys, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is doing well. So as of now, I'm looking at this 1 minute bullish gap paired with the mitigation for longs to target London highs. I'm going to take this with half position size with a 50 handle stop, which equivalates to a full position size of 25 handles. So let's see how whether price will actually give us an entry off this bullish gap. If we get an entry, then I will take this. Alright, so I'm going to run a 50 handle stop, so that's with half size, and I'm going to run a stop placement at 19,266.50. I'm going to run a TP1 where I'll close out one contract at 363.50 at this previous high, and then I'm going to close out the final contract, which is going to be at London highs. So we're looking to target London. I'm going to take a partial of one contract off at the high. Once ES takes the high or NQ takes the high, then I'm going to have a final TP at London. Once we take, obviously, this previous high for our TP1, then I'm going to start to trail my stops aggressively along the way towards London highs. Okay, so once price takes this short-term high, this is going to be where we move our stops towards break even. We should see an acceleration towards this previous high once we take the short-term high, and we should not return back to break even at that point. So once we get that will be break even. Then we'll go towards TP1. Then we can look from that point to then trail our stops. Risking only 25 handles with half position size. We're currently up 63 points in the week. So worst case scenario is that we're risking to basically be up 43 points on the week. Well, 40 points on the week. TP1 as of now is at 50 points. So let's see how this trade plays out. Right guys, move your stops towards break even. That's a risk-free trade as of now, and price should accelerate towards our first TP, resting at 363 for a 50 handle profit. And with half position size, that's going to be a 26 handle profit. So it's completely risk-free. Whether we get taken out of this position, and price shouldn't actually return back to break even. We should see an acceleration on NQ towards this previous high. And then as we near towards London highs, we can aggressively trail our stops along the way. Alright, there you have it guys, that's TP1 smashed, and we're currently floating up around 55 or 60 handles as of now. Make sure you edit your stops at break even and close 50% at this point. Easy gains so far. So guys, this is initially what I'm teaching you guys. Obviously this is the last stream, obviously, and over the course of the next couple of weeks, you guys are going to see massive improvements on independent trading. You guys are going to be taking the exact same obvious trades like this one and basically becoming independent. And I'll go over more of that as we near the end of this stream, because we're currently in a trade at the moment. So as of now, you don't want to trail your stops too aggressively because there is no previous short-term lows to actually trail to. So as of now, make sure to leave your stops at break even. And from this point around here, just be 60% closed out, nothing more, because we at least want to ride the rest of the 50 to 40% of the position towards London highs. Whether we get London highs or not, price should draw towards London highs and Asia. That's the overall 4 hourly candle draw, as you guys can see. We're working out of the lower 4 hour fair value gap, which got tapped into, and we have this mitigation paired with this 4 hour, which has been tapped. The overall draw on the 4 hour is going to be London and mostly Asia highs, but we have our position to be taken off at London. So the overall draw is definitely going to be Asia highs on that 4 hour candle there. And then we found a lower time frame model following in the direction of our bias. A clean displacement and a very obvious one at 10 AM paired with that medium impact news event. And then obviously a mitigation block paired with that fair value gap. Price gave us a clean entry. Stop placement was pretty crazy today, to be honest. However, we adjusted our stop placement to 50 points. I took it with half size, therefore equivalates to a full size stop of 25 handles, and that's it so far. We're currently up, obviously, on this trade around 83.75 points, which with half size converted to full size equivalates to about 47 handle gain. All right, let's take a look to see whether we can actually trail our stops as of now. Okay, so as of now, I'm going to trail stops to 335. Yeah, I can't be letting you guys go, obviously, for the last stream with a slow one, so I had to send an absolute banger in for you guys. We'll see whether this hits London highs, and as of now, we got our stops trailed at 335.50, so the remaining of our position is in a 19 handle profit, so we either draw towards London highs. Our stop is below 62%. If price was to retrace this fair value gap, then our stops should not be hit for price to continue. But for an algorithmic trade, price will just likely continue to trade higher until it meets the objective, either at least on ES for this previous high and on NQ for London highs. But yeah, we're up big on the week, 100%. Obviously, after that trade, we caught on, what was it, Tuesday? And then I believe on Wednesday, we had a break-even trade. And then we caught this banger today as well to finish off the week. So crazy gains so far. And I'm still waiting for Apex to see whether they approve or deny the payout. We'll see. I don't see why they would deny it. They should approve the payout 100%. There's no reason why they should. Alright, so we got a bit of time on our hands here. So I'm going to discuss basically what's going ahead with the group. And obviously for tomorrow, because you guys have been watching me live trade through the week, and I assume majority of you guys have taken pretty much the exact same trades as myself for this week. So what we're going to do is, as of next week, I want you guys to forward test, and obviously you'll be taking your own trades where you'll be navigating through the first AM, the second AM, and rarely the PM session to see whether there is any clean opportunities for you to take. And we're going to come back towards the end of the week. Each day, I'm going to give you guys enough guidance to not where I'm actually giving you the trade, but I am going to be like, okay, we've seen, obviously following our bias here, we're seeing a clean displacement higher. I'm not going to tell you guys to take the trade, but it's going to be quite obvious, basically, what trade you should be taking. And then from that point, obviously, we're just taking out that short-term low, so we'll see whether that has a continuation for price from that point. Tapped into that 2-minute bullish imbalance. And then towards the end of the week, we're going to review the trades that you guys have taken and compare them to myself. And then we're going to see, and also I'm going to let you guys, unmute your mic so you can speak back and forth, exchange ideas about the trade that you took. And that's the best way to learn, because you're going to say, I took this trade, I thought this was the correct process, and whether you took the right trade or not, then we're going to move forward like that, and you're all going to become independently profitable. No new people are going to be joining this group. So, I mean, you guys are all locked in inside of this group, and no one else can actually get access. I don't care if they wanted to pay me 10K or, access to this group. It's not available. So that's basically it. We got a strong community, and I didn't like in the past when so many people kept joining and there was messing things up. There was coming in saying different things, Now we have a strong community. I thought I'd close it and leave it as this. And each week, obviously, each day you guys are going to get the daily bias and the guidance throughout the AM session. And then towards the end of the week, we're going to do a 2 to 3 hour live call with everyone on there. And we're basically going to break down the trades that were taken throughout that week, and also give a weekly outlook for the week ahead as well. If we get taken out of this trade at 335.50, then honestly we had our stop trailed at the correct point, because price took short-term low. We should have seen a continuation towards London. If we come back to our stop at 335, then I'm not going to be angry at all. I mean, we did everything correctly today and secured easy gains on the day. So Someone asked, how long have you had your 300k accounts with Apex? So 10 of the 300k accounts I got recently towards the end of November and the start of December. And then the other 10 300k accounts, I've had them for over 280 trading days. So if you work out that there's only 252 trading days in a year, then we've just been taken out of that trade. Make sure to cancel your sell limits as well. And that's 46 handles secured. Well, 47 handles secured on half position size on this trade as well. So I've had them for over a year and a quarter on the 300k Apex accounts. But the only reason that I've managed to keep those accounts afloat, especially through times when it's been a little bit rough for myself, is because of the drawdown that I had on those accounts. That's the only reason why they stayed afloat. If I didn't have or had a standard drawdown, then they would have got blown. So it's very important that you have a drawdown built up, and you're going to be able to withstand pretty much everything through the course of the year and keep securing payouts with those accounts. So instead of taking, say, a payout of, 3 to 5k, then actually leave that 3 to 5k in the account, build up the drawdown on your account, and that's basically it. That's all you're going to need in order to start scaling up the accounts, trade with more contracts, and make more money. I see people putting W's in the chat. Yeah, guys, spam W's in the chat for the final stream as well. Obviously, we secured 47 points, and we're up around how many handles on the week? But we're up massively. We're up 64 handles from Tuesday. We got one break-even trade, so 2 W's and 1 break-even. Not a single loss in over, I don't know how many trades now, maybe 4 or 5 trades. But we're up on a 6-week winning streak as of now, so spam the W's in the chat. And many of you guys are securing easy gains all over your accounts. And now the main goal for you guys is to take it easy, take it slow, do exactly what we've been doing over the past year and a quarter. For some of you guys have been watching me for a very long time now, and just continue that same process as you approach the AM macro. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be inside of the group. I'm still going to give you enough guidance to where you know what you're basically looking for, and then you guys are going to take the trade. And whether that's a win or a loss, and you know the structure which I have implemented myself. If I take a loss, then I approach another macro looking for A plus only. And if your drawdown's affected, make sure that you drop your position size to half. If not, if you're above 85% of original drawdown, you can stay at full size. And then if it's a winning trade, like today, make sure that you're done for the day and you call it off from there, because that means you would have secured. Doesn't matter how much you made. Maybe some of you made $100 today on a small live account, or you made $250, or you made 10 grand. It honestly doesn't matter how much you made. And if you're ever concerned about the money that you've made, I've said this many times, you simply just don't have enough capital. So that's something that you're going to work on in the future. But because you only made, say, $200-300 today, you need to withhold those profits now, build up that account, get paid out, and reinvest that back into the business. Just think of yourself as a small business now. You're trying to compete with the Morrisons and, the M&S, and you're the corner shop guy. The corner shop guy can scale up to that type of business, but he needs to, stack his accounts up and start getting paid more, because you can't get paid from a small business. So you need to scale it. You need to upgrade the shop. So that's basically what you guys have to work towards. If you're finding yourself making $200 to $500 a day, then you're 100% going to scale it up massively. But you need to take it slow and not rush the process, and you're going to get there. Guys, I'll be back on the stream in 1 second. I've got an Uber order outside of the apartment as of now. So I'm just going to pick that up and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right, I've just buzzed the Uber guy with the food. I've just buzzed them in, but honestly, I couldn't care less about that food. I'll reorder it. He can wait. I've just hit TP. Well, that's pretty much it for the stream, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this breakdown. I'm also going to post trade recaps on the YouTube as well for you guys to see of the trades I take each day. 100%. That's going to be going ahead. And then we also do the recaps at the end of the week. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this stream. And I'll speak to you guys for next Sunday, when we do a 2 to 3 hour session discussing the trades that you guys have taken. Make sure to take it slow. Don't try to start rushing trades because you're on your own. And I will speak to you guys shortly, and also speak to you guys on Monday for our overall bias for the week ahead.